What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2023 Toyota Owners 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight to it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series headed to Richmond Race with a 3/4 of a mile racetrack. Should be a pretty exciting race with some short track beating and bang coming up this weekend. Probably a lot of strategy coming up this weekend at Richmond Raceway. The last time we raced here in the spring race, we saw a field strategy race that came down to end where Denny Hamlin picked up his first win of the 2022 season. He'll be looking to get his first win of the 2023 season this weekend at Richmond. And the last time we were here at Richmond in the summer, we saw Kevin Harvick get his second straight victory in a row. He'll be looking for his first win of the 2023 season as well. So anyways, let's jump into picks. Before we go and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather for this weekend in Richmond is actually looking pretty promising compared to earlier in the weekend. It's going to be 62 degrees the high, with right now 41 degrees the low. Right now, there is a 0% chance of rain. So right now, at this particular moment, there's no rain in the forecast. Expect to be sunny skies. Granted, the weather can change over the next couple days, but it's looking right now it's going to be very promising for this weekend at Richmond Raceway. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle in the weekend or continue their struggles, 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers I expect to run really good who are kind of under fun equipment or are good at one track and not the best equipment in the world. And I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win. And then I got the drivers you need to watch out for, and I got 5 drivers you need to watch out for alongside the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for this weekend here at Richmond Raceway? My first suck pick for this weekend's driver is probably going to surprise you a little bit because this guy has generally been pretty good throughout his career at Richmond Raceway. However, this guy has only scored 1 top 20 finish so far in the 2023 season and has failed to finish inside the top 15 this season. I'm talking about Aric Almirola. Aric Almirola, like I said, is usually good at Richmond Raceway. However, Aric Almirola has struggled so far in 2023. His average finish is like a 27th or 28th place. And while I think he'll have a little bit of a better run than he normally has, he's had this year, I just don't trust Aric Almirola right now. I think he's going to have, sadly, a really bad run. And I think he's going to run outside the top 20 this weekend at Richmond and continue a bad start to the 2023 season. My other suck pick for this weekend is a driver who sadly had a terrible run at Circuit of the Americas, had an oil line break, and caused a caution early in the race. I'm talking about Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is down on confidence right now, in my honest opinion, and they got to build that confidence back up on him. And sadly, with the lack of confidence at the moment right now, I think that's going to hurt Bubba Wallace this weekend. Plus, statistically at this racetrack, Bubba Wallace has not really ran great throughout his NASCAR Cup Series career. So I think Bubba Wallace is sadly going to have a bad run in that number 23 car this weekend. I think he fails to finish inside the top 15. I think he'll be around the top 20 area, but I don't think he's going to have a great bounce back week. And sadly, I think we will not get him for a good run this weekend at Richmond Raceway. I think he's going to struggle this weekend. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the underdog picks for this weekend at Richmond. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick is a driver who's been kind of a little bit disappointing so far throughout the 2023 season. It's kind of surprising considering I thought this guy was going to be a lot better. However, I look back at this guy's statistics, and he's historically been a really good driver at this racetrack. Remember back in the fall race in 2020 where this guy was contending for the win. I'm talking about Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon has been very solid at Richmond throughout his career, and I think he's going to have another great run this weekend at Richmond. It wouldn't surprise or shock me if Austin Dillon does get a top 5 this weekend. I think he's got the pace and speed to really keep up. I know that RCR's had some good starts and has had some struggles at points, but I really do believe that we're going to see Austin Dillon contend this weekend and be really quick and contend for a potential top 10 this weekend at Richmond Raceway. Now let's dive into the other underdog pick. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Richmond Raceway is a driver who right now is having a career year and having a breakout season. This driver has only had 1 finish outside the top 20 this season, and he's been statistically having a really good year. I'm talking about Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie right now currently, I believe, sits 15th or 16th in the regular season standings right now. And he's been having a really good year considering his previous standards. He's on track to have his best season in his NASCAR Cup Series career up to this point in the championship standings. While I don't think he's going to make the playoffs this year, he's been really good to start 2023. And I think he's going to continue that trend of having a good run where I think he will contend for another top 10. I think he's got a shot to get his second top 10 of the 2023 season. I think he's going to contend this weekend at Richmond. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for this weekend at Richmond. Who is my winner's pick? My winner's pick is going to surprise you a little bit. Typically, I would go with a Toyota because Toyota generally at Richmond Raceway, they're generally the fastest organization. But I'm not going with the Toyota this weekend. I'm going with a Ford driver. This guy's in his final NASCAR Cup Series career season, and he's looking to try to have a run. He won the last summer here at Richmond Raceway. I'm going with Kevin Harvick to pick up his first win in the final season of his NASCAR Cup Series career of multiple wins. Kevin Harvick has been really fast to start off the 2023 season. He's had some good pace, and he's had some good speed this season. And I really believe that Stewart-Haas Racing is going to bring some pretty good equipment, especially for Kevin Harvick this weekend. He was fast in both races last year, too. Even go back to the spring race last year at the track where he contended for the win. I think he finished third or fourth in the race last year, or second in the race. He was really strong in the race, and I think Kevin Harvick will get his first win of the 2023 season in his final full-time season this weekend at Richmond. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the ones you need to watch out for this weekend at Richmond. Who are the drivers you need to watch out for? The first driver you need to watch out for is the driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell ran very, very good in both races last year at Richmond Raceway. I believe finished 6th or 7th in the spring race in 2022, and he finished runner-up and was catching Kevin Harvick near the end of the summer race in 2022 at Richmond. I think Christopher Bell is going to be a contender. Plus, you look at Joe Gibbs Racing's history at the track. They always are up front and always contending. So I think that Christopher Bell is absolutely going to be a contender, absolutely be a threat, and I think he'll be one to watch for sure this weekend at Richmond. The second driver you need to watch out for is a driver who's probably been the best so far in the NASCAR Cup Series throughout the 2023 season, and that is William Byron. William Byron has been extremely strong throughout the 2023 season. He's already scored 2 wins, has a lot of playoff points right now, was very fast in the race last week at COTA, and he was really fast in the Richmond races last year as well, in both of them. He led a ton of laps in the spring race as well. So I think William Byron is going to continue his incredibly strong start to the 2023 season with another fantastic run, and I think he will be a factor to get the victory this weekend at Richmond. The third driver you need to watch out for is a driver of the 12 car for Team Penske, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney is a driver, in my honest opinion, who's been historically really good at Richmond. In the spring and summer races, he was very, very fast here and led a ton of laps. I think Ryan Blaney is easily going to be a contender, at least for a minimum for a top 5. But I think that Team Penske is going to give him the best car that they can give him this weekend. And I think he will absolutely be a factor, will absolutely be a contender. And I think he absolutely for sure will be one to watch this weekend at Richmond. The fourth driver you need to watch out for is a driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. This course being home track for Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has scored quite a few victories at Richmond Raceway in his NASCAR Cup Series career, including the spring race in 2022. I believe Denny Hamlin will absolutely be a contender for the win this weekend. That 11 team has shown some really good pace on the shorter ovals, and I think that we're going to see Joe Gibbs Racing give their best run they've had all season, where I think Denny Hamlin will be fast, will be a contender, and I think he'll be battling Kevin Harvick for the victory to get it done, and he'll be looking to get his first win of the year this weekend at Richmond. And the fifth and final driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Richmond Raceway is a driver of the 8 car for Rich Schultz Racing, and that is Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is starting off and is having his best season in his NASCAR career since probably the 2019 season, where he scored 5 victories that year. Kyle Busch has only had 1 win so far in the season, but he has had 4 top 10s to start off the season. He's had a couple top 5s along with that as well. He's been extremely consistent. He's only had 1 finish outside the top 15 this year so far, and has looked very consistent throughout the year. I think he will contend for a top 5 this weekend. I think Rich Schultz Racing is going to bring pretty good equipment this weekend, and I think that Kyle Busch will have a very good run with Rich Schultz Racing. I think Kyle Busch will be a factor for the victory this weekend at Richmond. So, those are my race picks. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Eric Almirola, Bubba Wallace. My underdog picks are Austin Dillon, Corey LaJoie. My winner's pick is Kevin Harvick. And the ones to watch are Christopher Bell, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race picks video for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Richmond Raceway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on so you're notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go jump over that and comment your thoughts below and comment below your picks for this weekend at Richmond. Let me know your suck picks, let me know your underdog picks, and let me know your winner's pick for this weekend at Richmond. And let me know the drivers you're keeping your eyes out on for this weekend at Richmond. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today on the channel, there may be another video on the channel. I'm not confirming or denying that at this time. Tomorrow on the channel, there'll be an NASCAR news video discussing all the news over the last couple of days. Then on Saturday, we'll have 2 videos on the channel, the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series race reviews from Texas and Richmond. And then on Sunday, we'll have the starting lineup video for the NASCAR Cup race at Richmond and also the NASCAR Cup review from the Cup race at Richmond as well. And then throughout the week, we'll have consistent NASCAR news video on the channel for you guys to enjoy. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.